And hey, everyone, welcome to a edition of last week's exciting reading adventures. This time I got a soundtrack going on here, and I thought it'd be appropriate since I'll be doing a part one of two, highlighting some couple of past issues of Fantastic Four, and we're gonna start with this little doohickey here called the king size special, aka Fantastic Four Annual number 4, and the lead story is a all new story back in that day, 1966. It's also occupied with 2 reprints from Fantastic Four 25 and 26. And this first story, The Torch That Was, is it takes place between Fantastic Four issues 56 and 57, when Johnny Storm and his pal, his Native American pal, Wyatt Wingfoot, were looking for the Great Refuge and possibly to help locate his girlfriend Crystal. I kind of wonder why this certain issue of Fantastic Four was not adapted into the Hanna-Barbera series. Since they adapted the previous issue, 56, which featured the battle with Claw, and this would have been a great introduction to the Mad Thinker, who would have made for exquisite villain for a cartoon episode. Him and his super adaptoid. But anyway, he somehow captures the old android model of John Hammond, and uses him to his advantage. If they went for an even 20 episode order instead of the 19, the Mad Thinker was one of those villains that got passed around a lot between various titles. And one appearance had him fighting Iron Man, and his next appearance after this issue had him tackling the Avengers. This issue also introduces Quasimodo, sort of a villain I'm familiar with from my early days reading comics, when he fought the Beast in an issue of Amazing Adventures. You remember when they turned Beast into a furry blue dude, or actually it was a gray dude, and he fought the humanoid version of Quasimodo in one issue, if I remember correctly. Let's see. But anyway, this is a classic lost episode to me, because I didn't know this took place in the regular continuity. And believe it or not, let me talk about the comic itself, man. I bought this comic from my one of my dealer buddies of John Chang, and I got this in this $3 box bin. I couldn't believe this, and we researched this book, and it's worth at least $75 in its condition, but somehow it got lost. But anyway, I think the reason why it went to the $3 bin, because look at these spine tears here. You see one on top, and you can one on top here. Let's put the camera in there. Well, actually, it looks worse when you open the book. Look at that bottom there. Look how they were stapled back then, man. They were two heavy duty staples. You probably find it in a hardware store. Anyway, going through this issue. Oh, there's another interesting thing. They were really hawking the Marvel superheroes and syndication series back in this day, and that went over quite well. That was a very fond memory. Oh, here's the backstory of John Hammond. We got caught there. You see this one? Oh yeah. Look at this page. This page spread by splash page. Rather by Jack Kirby there. Yeah, this was a great. I'd never even heard. I never read this story before. And I thought I read all of Fantastic Four early adventures, but this one was a this one's a real doozy. Human Torch, new versus the old model, or like new Coke versus old Coke, and yeah, here's the Thinker, who's somehow drawn like the Red Ghost for that panel right there. Because actually he's got brown hair. Probably is. They're probably twin brothers. When one dyes his hair, you know. The story has two backup reprints from Avengers. Fantastic Four 25 and 26. The old classic Hulk versus the Thing, which I remember first reading in one of those oversized Treasury editions. I can't remember which one, but flipping through the book, we have and issue 26 was when, oh, look at that. Woo. And 26 was the Avengers when they had to pick up the fight. So that was that for this issue. This was a great read. I thought all the books I bought from John Chang and in his sell through bronze titles, Silver Age of Bronze. So this was one of the best ones. It took me all like an hour and a half to read this on Labor Day. Next day on Tuesday, this was Labor Day, so it's September 2nd through the 5th, by the way. So anyway, the next issue is 124, and this is where this opens up with Reed Richards becoming sick with exhaustion from the battle he had with Galactus and his latest failed herald of Gabriel the Airwalker. And and this story is just like a sent up to the creature from the Black Lagoon. The creature here, pictured here, is a member of the alien race called the Kuon. That's Quon. And his real name is Mofus. That's spelled Mowfos. And he was last seen in the Fantastic Four 97. He has an encore appearance in here. This is, I guess, one of the swan song issues of Stan Lee wrote. And I guess he just wanted to go off in some retro bang as he pits Sue as the classic actress in the Creature from the Black Lagoon movie. And you can see that Reed's falling because he's just too tired to drive the damn Fantastic car. He's too beat, man. You know what they say. You shouldn't drive. You shouldn't drive when drowsiness occurs. So that includes the Fantastic cars also. This is classic John Buscema and Joe Sinnott art. Just do a bad recap. Let's see. Well, pan up a little bit. Fantastic. Johnny Storm. They did something to his, like he had a hair weave going on there in the flame weave, maybe to be exact. Here's an extra shot of the monster capturing Sue Storm. But by the way, Sue Storm got abducted from the hospital while waiting for the results of Reed's medical status here, and with the doctor's surmise, he's just freaking tired, man. What else? There was a this old villain's home where they're trying to determine who the identity of this monster is. It's not Dr. Doom. Certainly not the freaking Hulk, and not in the Mole Man, though it could have been. But and the Skrulls, jeez, the Skrulls there. This ends with Sue having an accident in the cave that she's been abducted to, and she pulled out the rock and not knowing it was holding the Hudson River in. So. Anyway, that's that issue. Next issue is interesting. It's an interesting one. I read this last Wednesday, And this issue 133, is the only Marvel work that's been guest penciled by Ramona Frandon, who fortunately recently passed away. And she was most popular in DC Comics circles for co-creating Metamorpho and drawing Aquaman and the Superman comics in the late 70s. She was once considered to take on the art for the short-lived series The Cat, having only one unpublished issue in the can, which would have been number 5. And I recently came across that on a blog by current Marvel editor-in-chief Tom Brevoort. Anyway, I saw the work on that was done on that book, and it looked spectacular. But you know what happened with The Cat? You know, the title got canceled, and the plans were made to evolve the character into Tigra. Also, in this issue, the Thing had to be temporarily reverted back to the Ben Grimm to concede a fight with Tundra, so that the Frightful Four could release Ben's girlfriend, Alicia Masters, who was being held hostage. The so-called cure was supposedly deemed unsafe. And in this issue, in this point in the series run, Reed Richards has been separated from Susan Storm for marital problems, and Medusa had to step in as a temporary fill-in. And Johnny Storm was in a relationship with Crystal and got cock-blocked by fast-moving mutant Quicksilver. So let's take a look at Ramona's work on here. Nice. Yeah, she would have fit right in. I mean, if they had offered her, if she had gone through with doing The Cat, I'm certain that series would have lasted more than 4 issues. She's just like one of the boys here. But I think a lot of it's just a lot of Joe Sinnott's inking that really makes it. I think this is a totally Ramona-dominated page here. This sequence here. I mean, the Thing is heavily inked. I mean, the Thing that's Joe Sinnott's inks that's just making the Thing look as pretty as the picture there. Was there something else in here I wanted to talk about? Maybe. Oh, yeah. Johnny Storm switched from his blue toggles to red and yellow togs to pay homage to John Hammond, the original Human Torch, which I did not know. I mean, I thought their suits got destroyed in some battle. What the villain it was, but just the fight. Oh, this whole entire fight takes place at Shea Stadium between Thundra and the Thing, and it had and they're fighting on top of was reminiscent of the World's Fair over at Shea Stadium. That I have actually my mom had taken home videos of me attending the New York's World Fair when I was just had to be pulled around in a carriage. And definitely, like, you see the globe in there. Oh, look at that! Boom. And the Thing gets really pummeled by Thundra. I mean, in this one, he could have lost his whole thing. And this would sets in with these device that he used before on the Thing, but I guess he had to downplay the dosage on it, and so they can temporarily turn him back into the Thing for maybe a couple minutes. And when she sees that the Tundra sees, hey, this is not a fair fight. I can't beat a mere mortal up. So I'm gonna take my ball and go home. And Alicia is released by the Frightful Four. So Tundra happens to be a member of the Frightful Four because Medusa just 86'd herself out of that group and ran off with her Human brothers and sisters. So that was on that issue. So Thursday's issue was a conclusion to 135, which is just 2 months ahead of this issue. I remember reading the first part. I don't know if I have the first part anymore, but I remember reading the first part of this, and it had featured the Dragon Man, and it's the conclusion to Gordon Gideon and Dragon Man's second encounter, and features the mysterious reappearance of Wyatt Wingfoot, who was last seen in Fantastic Four 80. Yeah, this was a issue that heralded the return of Wyatt Wingfoot, who was part of the first Labor Day book I read. And I don't know much about this Gideon guy. I don't remember what he was about. Sorry to say. And we did his backstory. Fantastic Four on the cover of Time magazine. Is that music getting to you by now? It's off some bootleg DVD I got. It's the only way to watch that old series. The gang's all here. Medusa, Human Torch. They're rescuing Reed and Sue. No, look at that shot, the thing there. They had these really weird scrolls at the bottom. They had to sell books. Each individual title was out that week. They had got a little scroll on the end advertising it. Look at that shot. Ouch. That looks like it hurts. Dragon Man, yeah. I think he was in the cartoon series also. There is the episode with him in there. Or maybe there was in the second series with Herbie the Robot. But this point, Sue was also kidnapped along with little baby Franklin, and they're still in the Reed and Sue are still separated, and I think Sue she run off with the Submariner for a while. But anyway, that's it for this week. Next week I'll be doing part 2. I have another week of all Fantastic Four books going on from my mid-70s youthful reads, and I bid you adieu.